Hey everybody, welcome to Pop Culture Philosophers. It's time for a movie review. Today we're going to be talking about Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. That's right everybody, welcome to the channel. I am Rockin Robbie Billups. This is
Jelani, Bullard.
This is
Brooks.
the Magnificent. And today we're going to be talking about Birds of Prey. Or the other stuff too. The Harley Quinn movie. It's basically a Harley Quinn movie. We'll give a little bit of spoiler-free review at first, and then we'll jump fully into spoiler territory, so be warned. I loved this film. I was not looking forward to this film. If you follow my trailer reactions I do in the weekly pop culture wrap-up, you know that I really wasn't really that excited. The last trailer kind of got me a little bit more. It's like, hey, this didn't look too bad, you know? Big comic book guy, big Batman fan, but anybody that follows this channel, you know I'm not a Harley Quinn fan. I still have yet to see Suicide Squad. I don't think I ever will. To be honest, at this point, it's kind of moot. Why now?
I think it's an experience worth having.
Well, see, I've never seen the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider films, but do you think I should watch them now?
I like
the
first one's all right, but I watched
They're pretty good.
The moment has passed. The time is done.
Well, it'll be a classic, you know.
It's like if you didn't watch, I don't know, but if you didn't watch certain movies at the time, and you go back and you're like, oh, that's not a good movie. You're like, well, but it was if you would have watched it in 2006.
Right.
Anyway, maybe. This is a movie that, if you watch it right now, I think you'll really like it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I was not expecting much. I wasn't not a Harley Quinn fan. I wasn't that excited. I love Huntress and Renee Montoya and Cassandra Cain. Black Canary's pretty cool, too. I love those characters, so I was excited for them to get the movie treatment. But then I was like, but it's just going to be a Harley vehicle. And don't lie. No kid. It is. This is a Harley Quinn movie that features the Birds of Prey. It's actually more like their origins and all that kind of stuff. But spoiler free, I really liked the movie and it really surprised me. It was fun. It was violent. Don't take your kid to this movie. I didn't realize
a lot of bad words.
Yeah, too. I didn't realize
broken legs.
I watched this. I would jump in and I was like, "What's going on in this movie?" I didn't realize it was rated R. This movie was rated R.
Me neither. I thought it would be PG-13.
Yeah, I did too. But because Suicide Squad wasn't rated R.
No.
But this one was. I was like, well, if anybody... This movie is violent, but it's uproariously funny. I absolutely loved it.
The violence is kind of cartoony.
Yes.
Yeah, it is cartoony.
But it's also...
kind of that over-the-top violence.
But it's also brutal when it needs to be. And it will make you feel some stuff. But it's really funny. It is exactly the comic book take on Harley Quinn that was really established fully by Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmiotti. Which in the comic books kind of annoys me.
Yeah.
She's very Deadpool. And Mike even looked at me and said, you've basically seen Deadpool. Mm-hmm. But I really responded so well to this film. I thought it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. So what'd you think about it, spoiler free?
I thought it was okay. Not great. Harley Quinn is a great character, and I watched Suicide Squad, and she's the best part of it. And I feel that Margot Robbie has found the character. She channeled Harley Quinn all the way. The action scenes are perfect. They use John Wick choreographers for the fight scenes. Oh my goodness,
the fight scenes! Because the fight scenes are really good in this.
They're really good, and they're good to the point where they're comic book good.
You can see things. Everything's lit well.
Yeah, it's a storyboard, and it's lit well. The fight where we'll talk about it in spoilers, but there's one fight where Harley Quinn is killing it. That's every fight. But it's such a great film. I want to stress how much I like Black Canary in this film.
Completely different.
Wow, a great
Done
take
completely
on her.
Different, but it really was.
I love that she has the sonic screams, but she's a metahuman, and they plays out really well, and they display it in a very, very cool way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked everything, the way it was shot. There is a lot but still, I still think it's okay. It's an okay entry into the DC universe. This is what they should have done to start off their DCEU if they're going to do that. This would have been a good vehicle.
Yeah.
I believe.
Okay.
Because you can start small. And that's how Iron Man was, technically. You start small.
Yeah, nobody knew who Iron Man was.
Nobody knew who Iron Man was. He's a C-list character. Oh, he's a B-list. And they moved him to I couldn't stand Tony Stark in the comic books, and now I'm like, yep.
Yeah, well, you're also talking post-Civil War Tony Stark, and who can stand that D-bag? Yeah. Anyway, Brooks, spoiler-free, what you think about the movie overall?
I was pleasantly surprised. I liked this a lot more than I thought I was going to. It is, they got the, it felt like, a movie where everybody knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have any problems with, like pacing or anything like that. It was very funny. And, I like the fights look good, the over the top cartoon violence. The humor is not too edgy, but it's still funny, and it is kind of it's got grossness and stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, I really enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah. Overall, we all three really enjoyed this film. We highly encourage you to check it out, even if you had a bad if you weren't looking forward to it, because I don't think any of us were really super looking forward to this film.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So now we're moving into spoiler territory. There you go. So you've been warned. Margot Robbie was awesome in this film. Like I said, I wasn't looking forward to seeing Harley Quinn kind of always over the top, in your face, forced jokes to me. It's kind of like the Deadpool of the DC Universe nowadays. They added, that was all present there, but it was...
Like a little, everybody's little profile whenever someone comes
out. It's all there.
That's how they should have done Suicide Squad. Yeah, all you need is a brief introduction in their name.
Yeah.
And there it is.
I like when she first ran into Huntress and it's just like name, question mark, grievance, question mark.
Yeah. She is the narrator of the story, and she takes that fun energy, and that energy is infused in the pace of the film, the color palette of the film, the action scenes, and the choreography of the film. It's actually very masterfully created.
Yeah.
The director, her name, Karen man, I had my phone out with it, and I don't know. Cannot remember.
I'm sorry. She did a great job.
Something KC something. We'll just say KC and hope that works. Anyway, but I thought that Margot Robbie took the typical Harley Quinn stuff that's usually very annoying to me and made it kind of charming and endearing and very likable. She had that innocent quality, even though she's literally doing heinous things in this movie.
Right.
She still has no moral
compass.
It's there, but it's definitely askewed.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And they don't apologize for that. And I really liked that. I thought this movie was kind of a little bit brutally honest with who the characters actually are, and they didn't try to sugarcoat it. Right? And I thought Black Canary and Huntress, if I had to pick the movie apart, I could probably say that maybe there wasn't enough Huntress. But I think that Huntress was kind of placed in there at the exact right moments. She was completely, fully realized and badass by what's her name?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
She's amazing, great. Right? Yeah. And I'm a huge Huntress fan.
She's pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
She had a lot of humor.
Yeah, and they made the Huntress funny, because usually she's so cold.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like she's oblivious,
Right.
Yeah.
She's oblivious to certain
things. They don't break that character of her badassness.
Yeah. She's just always like that. She's like, I killed Zaz. Now I'm done. And then she just walks away, and I'm like, yeah. And she's like, all she was revenge. She made no social interactions with anyone, and it showed. And I like that stoic dynamic. There's a Batman there, kind of feeling where she's very stoic, and it works with the entire dynamic of the group.
Yeah,
I loved her in this movie.
Absolutely,
she was so underused. I think she should have been a lot more present in this movie. I don't know, Harley Quinn should have been around someone more, or two more people that would have died in that hit squad.
See, but I almost picture this film as an ensemble piece. They do come together towards the end. But they did balance them. And, Huntress is introduced right towards the beginning of the film.
Right.
Black Canary takes a while to come in to the picture, but once she does, they spend a lot of time moving towards her. And Black Canary was very well done.
Yeah.
The actor that played her did a fantastic job. Yeah. The physicality of it, those kicks in high heels,
that's doing
crazy. Yeah. She was kicking those dudes' asses in the alleyway, right? You were talking about her being a metahuman, but and I'm like, why is she not using her voice much? But they made it so that when she used it, it took a lot out of her. But it made it so impactful at that moment. And I love at the end of the film how they all have their last stand moment. Do you know what I'm saying? Where they all get to help push that's right. The story and what they're trying to do. They're after Black Mask because he's kidnapped Cassandra Cain because he's got she's
She
got this
swallows a
diamond.
diamond.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
how she's a pickpocket. Cassandra Cain is completely not like the comic books.
Not at all.
But I don't care because it actually works for this film.
It does.
So I can forgive that, and I like it
Yeah.
because they totally nailed Huntress. Black Canary was awesome. Maybe not completely comic book accurate, but enough of it was there. The attitude was there.
Yeah.
And I thought that was great. What do you think about Black Canary and Huntress and all them? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought everybody they all did, exactly pretty much, except with the exception of Cassandra Cain. They all felt like, what I know of these characters. I know Huntress. I know a good bit about Huntress because I've read a lot of Batman.
Yeah.
And Black Canary not so much.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like the character of Black Canary, and I like that they made her like a second generation kind of.
Yeah, that's
too.
from the comics. Yeah, for sure. That's
Yeah,
from the
'cause
comics.
She had
and I
like a
that.
predecessor that worked with the police, but
Yeah.
it's cool. They kind of put that story in there, like why she would be resentful towards law enforcement and
Right.
Yeah.
Montoya and everything.
Yeah, I liked it. They all had their conflict. They all had their unique journey in the film.
They
And it all
all
came
did.
together in this one
Yeah.
big bash of chaos.
It really
You
did.
know, and I think Cassandra Cain was so funny in this movie. And I know you don't usually like kids in movies.
I don't like kids movies.
What do you think about Cain?
She was adequate. she reminded me of the kid that was in Deadpool 2. The Mexican kid, which I can't remember his name. But he did a great job in that film. And she kind of served that same purpose. Because she's kind of the MacGuffin. She eats the diamond that has the Bertinelli fortune engraved
I was curious as to
inside of
why
it.
she did that. Really.
Yeah. I have no idea.
Was she afraid she was going to get picked
What
up
was
by
a
the
diamond?
cops?
She did it when she was in the police. She got
Yeah.
picked up by the
got
cops. And
picked
she
up by-
started hiding all that stuff in her cast and in her clothes. And then she swallowed the diamond.
She swallowed the diamond to get it to
She
hide
knew
it.
that she would. Yeah, she was just hiding it. It's a typical thing you do in a
Right.
movie.
And he was she's a pickpocket.
This felt very much to me like a Guy Ritchie crime film, where you have all these different
Yeah,
elements
Especially
around
with
one heist.
with the
and-
Black Mask and Zaz.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about them real quick. What'd you think about Black Mask
I
and Zaz?
I think it was probably one of my favorite parts. I love how he's like this badass crime boss one minute, and then he turns into a petulant child.
Yeah.
Ooh,
such a
is
frat
that
boy.
a snot bubble?
Every entitled frat boy that you hated in college
Yes.
is
Yeah, he's
Black
a
Mask.
real douche bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Along with Zaz. And it's
Yeah.
a different take on Zaz for sure. He's usually more silent, more brooding, more menacing.
Right.
So but he's still crazy. He still has this weird thing about what happens when he kills people. When he's like, I'm freeing you. And they're ripping faces off of
Yeah.
people. Like, it gets like...
Calmly
it gets kind
ripping
of in
faces
there.
off of people.
It's loved.
Yeah, it was good.
What'd you think about Black Mask?
Man, I love Ewan McGregor.
He was
Like,
so
he-
over the top, wasn't he?
Man, he was the villain. He was the real villain of this movie.
He got an
all
awesome
of his
death too.
Yeah, he did have an awful death. He
I
deserved that
loved
death.
his death so
His
much.
death was the best.
I love how you can see his limbs and shit
Yeah,
flying away
pull
from the
off.
explosion.
Yeah, nice.
When he's
job.
just-
It was
when
a
he-
really cartoony kind of death. For
When he
him.
realizes that Cassandra has planted a
Pulled his
grenade on him, he
grenade.
goes, oh, and he's freaking out, and it just happens so
Yeah.
quick and anticlimactically, and you're like, yeah, that guy deserved something just like that.
Yes.
He didn't deserve a big, like, Hans Gruber, like, falling. Oh! Just a boom. God. He was so over the top, and I think Ewan McGregor had so much fun.
He
You
did.
could tell playing this role, man.
They should
But-
bring him
Yeah.
back in the sequels of Cyborg. Somebody picked up the pieces of him and stitched them together.
I'll be honest, and I know there are times where I've read Black Mask comics where he has done so serious.
Yeah.
And there are times where he's more just your typical 40s gangster, and then there are times where he's goofy.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what the correct Black Mask is supposed to be. I just know usually when I read a Batman comic and it involves Black Mask, I go, oh, no, not a Black Mask comic. So the idea that this character had personality and it was something I could like latch onto, and he was actually as shitty as he was, and he was very threatening.
He was.
And it wasn't just
He
a
was scary
jokey
as
character,
crap,
you
yeah.
know? But like as serious as that, I mean, but he was very entertaining
Yeah.
through the movie to watch him and Zaz, and they got this weird bromance.
When he loses his mind over just anything. Yeah. When he's just
Like when he makes
in
that
the
girl stand up on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, how
That
awkward.
That was
Like,
awkward, weird. I was like,
And just
what are you
because
doing?
like he saw her laughing.
Yeah,
And
because
thought
he's
he was laughing
insecure,
at-
and
You
that's
laughing
why
at
he
me?
like he like cries when he's like, "Why
Yeah.
would she betray me?" But then like that's the kind of dangerous people that
Right.
are out there, But man, when he puts on that mask, I was
He
like,
is so for
I
real.
buy this part right now. Like he just shifted.
Yeah.
He just shifted into this very dangerous zone where like that's why he puts on the mask.
Black mask.
Oh.
Yeah, it was clean.
They could have handled it more, a little bit more. Yeah, but I think it. But
it should have been
wouldn't-
a little grittier.
It wouldn't have fit the movie's tone.
Right.
If he was done a little bit more. But like I said in the comics, man, I've read him where he's like, Batman, watch out. And the other times where he's just like, when he like in the Ed Brubaker Catwoman and he like kills her sister or something like that, right? He like does these like terrible things and he's very threatening.
He is.
But then other times he's goofy as hell. He's like, why does nobody respect me around here?
Maybe there are 2 Black Masks.
Maybe there are 3. 3 Black Masks coming from DC in 2024.
Oh, there's 3 Jokers. Well, there's 6 Black Masks.
Yeah. What do you think about Renee Montoya? A different take on not a different take on the character, but an older take on the character, right? You get Rosie Perez. We know that in this universe, Batman has been around for 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Right? The Ben Affleck Batman exists in this universe still, allegedly. Allegedly. Until the crisis, the Flashpoint. Anyway, maybe that's why they're trying to push so hard into the Flashpoint. But this is a Detective Montoya who's been in that force for 20 years, who hasn't been able to advance, who's let her life slip out. This is a Montoya that we see in the comic book, especially the Greg Rucka stuff. So I really think that Rosie Perez did a great job of taking that and moving it forward just like a decade or so, and like, because Montoya's always been seasoned. She's always been gruff and gritty, and then she kind of veered off into that self-destructive phase for a while there, and she kind of pulled herself out, and she keeps going in and out. I think Rosie Perez did a great job with that. I would have liked a little bit more Montoya, more than just being, but it fit the tone that she's kind of like the cop that's in the middle, and so you get all these different factions. Like she's got this, and her shirt.
She has a shirt on for like a lot of the
I
movie.
shaved my balls for this. What'd you think of Montoya?
I thought she was really good. I like the joke that she's a lot of cliches from old action movies.
Yeah, that is funny.
Like she does a lot of cliched lines and stuff like that.
Yeah,
it kind of like gave her a little bit of
we're gonna clean this city up from the inside out.
Right.
Yeah, they kind of balance out her.
And it gives her this mentor role with the birds.
Yeah.
Because the whole movie does set up that they're the birds of prey.
It's like she's been working in the law enforcement for so long. She's a veteran. Yet every time she does something good, somebody else gets the credit for it.
Yeah.
So she just is going nowhere despite all of her accomplishments.
Yeah. So screw that. So she goes off and does her own thing, quits the force, and the birds of prey form. And I really hope this movie's successful because I want another one.
Yeah, I'd watch another one.
And that surprises the hell out of me.
Yeah.
But even if there's not, this is just a fun movie. And like I said, it feels like a high octane Guy Ritchie heist film.
Yeah.
There's a heist, right? There's the diamond, and then all these different factions. You got Cassandra Cain, the little child, thief, and you got Huntress on her mission, her vendetta mission. You got Black Canary just trying to like make it through Black Mask and Zaz's weird ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Zaz is like that. Zaz is like Bill Paxton's character from Weird Science to me. Like,
Shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man, let's do it. But anyway, so it feels, and you got all these different things. And in the middle of it, Harley. And it is a Harley movie, but Harley anchors this, tells the story. It's infused with that personality. Margot Robbie did such an exceptional job with this film.
She did.
Her and the director, the writers. This movie was a treat. And I would highly encourage you to check it out. So now we're about to rate the movie. Out of 5 possible you digs, what do you give this film, Jelani?
I give this film. I give it 3.5 stars. Yeah, 3.5 you digs.
3.5 you digs.
Yep, I give it that because
fair score. I know you don't like the idea of the name.
It's called Birds of Prey, but they're not the Birds of Prey until the end, and I think that
they're not called the Avengers till the end.
I know.
You didn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but they were the Avengers before.
I'm serious.
Like, what would you have done if, like, at the beginning they just all get together? We're the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, they were.
The Avengers were.
We knew exactly who the Avengers were before the Avengers movie.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
Nitpicking.
We're just joking.
3.5, man.
Yeah. 3.5. 3.5. What about you, Brooks?
I give it 4.5.
4.5.
Wow.
It's close to like being a classic.
Yeah.
I think it's just almost there for me.
I'm right there with you.
I think like a sequel, if they did it right, it could be like, Guardians 2 or it's even better.
Yeah.
And I think it would actually elevate this movie a little
Yeah,
more.
they definitely wanted Suicide Squad to be kind of DC's Guardians of the Galaxy. That didn't happen.
But Suicide Squad was a very bad movie.
But this one
quite
feels more like that. Like something
Suicide
unexpected.
Squad didn't know what to focus on, so it was just, a Deathstroke, Harley Quinn kind of.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other characters and another plot thrown in. This one feels like, it's telling a Harley Quinn story. Like Harley Quinn is done with the Joker. She's going off on her own. And then, kind of weaves in the whole Birds of Prey coming together story in there. And it doesn't feel like they don't belong together.
right.
Yeah, and it works. And they didn't force in Harley into the Birds of Prey.
Right. They didn't force any Joker in there either.
She stole the car.
Yeah.
She was gone.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you, 4.5. I think it's kind of like a Guardians of the Galaxy level type thing for me, where if they did a sequel and did it right, I mean, it's a potential being a 5 you digs for me. 4.5 you digs for me. I really love this film. I think it also had great music. The score in this film was amazing, and the soundtrack choices was amazing. You had lots of different music, like from Joan Jett and Hart. You had a Black Canary doing "It's a Man's World," the James Brown classic. Man, this movie had amazing music. It was very well done. It was beautiful, and it was well acted. It was very entertaining and thrilling and violent and gruesome and fun. I had a blast with this film, and I cannot wait to see it again. So 4.5, 4.5, 3.5, for an average of 4.23344789
Your calculations is too
x3.
slow.
Well, anyway,
Now you will appear
it's
foolish.
been a while since we've done a movie review.
It is.
So more
This is our
coming.
first movie of the year.
Yeah, our first movie of the year, first movie with a new camera. So thank everybody for checking it out. Let us know what you think of Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn in the comments down below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've been Rockin Robbie Billups. This has been
Jelani Bullard.
This has been
Brooks.
Please do like, share, and subscribe. And I forgot the magnificent thing yet again.
I didn't say it.
And I'm gonna not do it, and then you're gonna be like,
And why did you do the magnificent thing? Anyway, we are PCP. Thanks for joining us. You dig?